Hello everyone. Today we are going to solve the space estimation problem, particularly which is associated with staging and docking areas. And here is a description about the docking area. There are two docks has to be allocated to the receiving, and there are another two docks assigned to shipping process. And so we have total four docks in this area, and 60-foot tractor trailer are the largest carrier serving the facility, and all trucks will be unloaded and loaded with forklift trucks. And we are considering the 90-degree dock in this area. Okay, and there's another statement associated staging area. So purple area is not required, but one staging area must be included for each dock. That's why we have to consider this staging area. And dock bars will extend 6 feet into the building. So you need to consider this requirement to measure the size of the staging area. And there are two staging areas. Plus we have 10-foot aisles. To determine the overall space requirement for your warehouse, you have to understand truck guideline, and particularly you need to decide the required number of docks and truck flow patterns, and you also have to know whether you are going to use 90-degree dock or finger dock. And also, if it's possible, you need to specify dock width as well as the apron depth so that you can eventually calculate overall outside space requirement for your warehouse. And here is the first guideline: associate the width of the load. So two directional service roads should be at least 24 feet wide, and one way service road should be at least 12 feet wide, which is half of the width of the two directional service road. And if you have pedestrian, you have to add the 4 foot, you have to have the 4 foot wide work. In other words, you have to add the 4 feet to the existing service roadway. And gate openings for two directional travel should be at least 28 feet wide, and gate opening for one way travel should be at least 16 feet wide. And last, gate opening should be 6 feet wider if pedestrian will also use the gate. And all right angle intersection must have a minimum of a 50-foot radius, and if it's possible, all traffic should circulate counterclockwise because left turns are a lot easier and safer to make than right turn. If you're a driver, you can understand why counterclockwise turning is a lot safer than others. Okay, and then here's two examples of the entrances, and particularly we have recessed truck entrance, and another one is a wide truck entrance. And if you ask me which one is better, I recommend wide truck entrance because incoming traffic is already separated from the outgoing traffic. However, you need more space to implement the wide truck entrance. And here is an example of 90-degree dock and 45 finger dock. And 90 dock, as you can see, it has smallest bay width, and however it has the highest largest apron depth. On the other end, 45 degree and has a longer bay width, however it has a shorter apron depth than the 90-degree dock. And of course you can change the degree between dock and bay, so you can have different bay width and apron depth. So here is the space requirement for 90-degree dock. So if you have information about truck length, and you can easily get also if you know about the dock width, and you can get the apron depth. So for example, if there is a 60 feet truck, actually the in our problem we have the 60 feet trailer, so and then dock width was 12, so your apron depth will be 63 based on this table. And finger dock space requirement for 65 foot trailer should be a little bit different. So once again, similar to the previous table, if you have any information about the dock width and then length of the trailer, and then you can consider these information associated finger angle, such as finger angle, apron depth, and bay width. And here is the minimum maneuvering allowances for receiving and shipping area. So in the example, we are using forklifts, so we have to have at least 12 feet maneuvering area. Let's go back to the problem here. So we have description, associate docking area as well as staging area, right? And so here's the first question: what are the roadway requirement to the east, north, and west of the facility? Mhm. And if you look at it, we have one-way service road on the west side, and then one-way service road, another one-way service road on the east side. So their width must be 12 according to the guideline, truck guideline. And then north side, because we have two directional service road, and width will be 24. And once again, if we have pedestrian, then definitely you can add 4 to the 24 feet. Also, the distance between the two directional service road on the north side, and then to the plant will be 123, because apron depth was 63, and then truck length was 60. Because, and as you if you remember correctly, the apron depth is given by the truck guideline, so we can easily find the value, and then the combination between 63 and 60 will be 123. That's how we got the 123 here. And let's look at the second question. And what are the requirements needed within the facility? And if you look at it, we have maneuvering area, staging area, truckers lounge, and office. And we already know the size of each area, so you can just calculate values. And if you calculate it, I mean, for example, the maneuvering area can be computed by multiplying 18 by 50. So total will be 900 square feet. Mhm. Similarly, staging area will be 2,288 square feet, and truckers lounge is a 156 square feet, and office is also the 156 square feet. So total will be 3,500 square feet. That's how you got the calculate the space for staging and docking area.